Live continues with your host, Amy Sparopoulos.
This Sunday at the Cannon Center in downtown Memphis for Performing Arts, Mayor Jim Strickland and the Memphis Office of Youth Services is presenting an amazing show on stage, the play King and the 1300. It's drama, history, and comedy, all wrapped into one stage show. Takes us back to 1968 when the Memphis sanitation workers' strike was going on in the Bluff City. Let's go live now to the Cannon Center to find out how this show is hoping to make a difference in our community. We welcome this morning Ike Griffith with the City of Memphis's Office of Youth Service and Elmore Nickelberry, one of the original 1300 sanitation workers. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing, Amy?
Doing great, Ike. Thank you so much. Let's start with you and tell us a little bit about this new original show.
Well, Amy, number one, we wanted our young people to get involved in the celebration and honoring our sanitation workers. It's so very important that we get our young people acclimated to civic activities such as this. So this play is unique to Memphis because it gives a lot of history about the trials and tribulation that our sanitation workers went through back in 1968. So we really want to get our young people involved. That's why the Memphis Ambassadors Program is putting on this venue.
And Mr. Nickelberry, you, one of the original sanitation workers still employed with the city of Memphis. What a historic story to tell, sir.
It's a good story we tell, but so kids can understand the history.
And talk a little bit about what you want people to remember about those days.
I want people to remember them days about how we marched and how we got hit side to head, different things, and about different people how we marched down Main Street.
And you know, the trials and tribulations that these men went through, you know, our young people need to be knowledgeable of those trials and tribulations because they actually paved the road for those children to have a better life. I mean, you have these young men today, they need to understand sacrifice, what that's all about, hard work ethics. So it's very important. And that's why we're so honored to give honor to the sanitation workers through a youth perspective, through the King and the 1300. And it is a must-see. I must say that. It is a must-see. I know you had earlier about the fathers eating steak. Well, after the fathers eat those steaks, please come on down to the Cannon Center. The admission costs, 3 canned goods or a jar of peanut butter, because I wanted my young people to get involved in giving back, knowing how to give back, and we want to replenish the food bank. So please come down and support my young people in the Memphis Ambassadors Program.
Right, and I'm so glad you said that, Ike, because all it takes, the admission, all it takes to see this amazing show is a jar of peanut butter or 3 canned goods that goes to the Memphis Food Bank. And Ike, you also talked about commitment, and Mr. Nickelberry, we just want to thank you for your commitment because you have been employed with the city of Memphis for many, many years, and we're so grateful for that, Ike and Mr. Nickelberry.
I just lost contact.
Yes, it is wonderful talking to you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being with us. Again, you can get in to see that show. It is truly going to be amazing. The King and 1300, honoring the 1968 Memphis sanitation workers, Sunday from 6 to 8 at the Cannon Center for Performing Arts. Admission, simply a jar of peanut butter or 3 canned goods. We thank you so much for joining us again, Ike and Mr. Nickelberry. Coming up later in the show, we'll get a sneak peek of the show. We are back with more Local Memphis Live after the break.